This is problem 5-12, and this question is really good because it illustrates how many different ways that we can see or ask time value of money questions, and it's why it's important to get a lot of repetition doing time value of money problems because of that. So really what we have is in parts A, B, and C, three different ways of asking the same thing. So part A says, how much money would you have to invest today to accumulate $5,500 after 4 years if the rate of return on your investment is 11%. So like with any time value of money problem, you need to understand what information is being given and what it's asking you for. So we know just looking at the question that how much money would you have to invest today? So when we hear that or see that, we should be thinking of present value. We need to accumulate $5,500. So we're thinking of a goal amount, which is a future value. And of course, 4 years is our number of periods, and the rate of return is given as 11%. So we kind of deduce that we are determining what a present value would be. And just remember that not all questions are going to make it as obvious by putting it in the kind of subtitle. So with our present value calculation, we are using a rate of 11%, 0.11, and the number of periods is 4 years in this case, and our future value is $5,500. So the present value then returns as $3,623.02. Okay. Then part B asks, what is the present value? So it's a little bit more direct. What's the present value of $5,500 that you will receive after 4 years? So we're going to receive $5,500 in 4 years. That's our future value if the discount rate is 11%. So you'll see in this course that there are a lot of synonyms for the rate. So the RATE function, or if we're using a different function, just explicitly the rate. In this problem, it refers to it as, in part A, your rate of return. In part B, it refers to it as the discount rate. And in part C, it refers to it as the opportunity cost, which is more of an economic term. So, but in financial management, these three terms are synonymous, and they all refer to the rate portion of the function that we're working on with time value of money. So again, this part is asking you the same thing, so it is really the same answer. Nothing really different to calculate. And part C asks it a third different way. So the most you would spend today for an investment that will pay $5,500 in 4 years if your opportunity cost is 11% is what? Well, it's going to be the same amount, but we need to just, again, think through what it's asking because it's asking it a little bit differently than the other two parts. So if we had the ability to earn 11% on our money and we were going to expect $5,500 in 4 years, what's the most that we would pay for that investment? Really the kind of saying the same thing or the equivalent figure of $5,500 in 4 years at 11% is that 362302. That's the most that we would pay to receive back $5,500 in 4 years at 11%. Okay. And part D, compare, contrast, and discuss your findings. So watch out for notes like this that say to select all. So it may say to select the best answer, or sometimes like this it says to select all answers that apply. So in all three cases, you're solving for present value. That's true. In parts A and C, $5,500 is the future value. In part B, $5,500 is the present value. Therefore, parts A and C have the same answer. Well, that's not correct. The $5,500 is the future value in all three parts, A, B, and C. And in C here, it says in all three cases, the answer is 362302. In part A, it is the payment. In part B, it is the present value. And C, it is the future value. So that's incorrect. We are calculating, again, in all three cases, the present value. So the 362302 is the present value in all three. And finally, it asks or says the annual interest rate is also called the discount rate or the opportunity cost. So yes, there's just three different ways of calling rates, all synonymous.